This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you LL Cool J winning at Tribeca, Jim Jones going insane, Timbaland apologizes, Eminem Stan gets arrested, a zombie plane update because everybody was waiting for that, and new music from Public Enemy. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
All you kids want to get on and shit.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
I'll be damned. At the count of three, I want y'all to tell me the name of my DJ. 1, 2, 3.
Poppers popping, the breakers break. Like the fellas say ho and the girls say hey. Give it up for the DJ, Mr. Throwback Thursday.
And now, here's your hosts, Bill Winters and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Jamie Robinson.
In honor of new music from Public Enemy, once again, Beck is the incredible.
Yes. Public Enemy, not us.
Right. Mr. Throwback Thursday is back as well. Episode 595 coming right at you from your two favorite idiots, Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. You know, I'm wired up, fired up, roaring, ready to go on this fine morning.
Very nice. I hope you had a nice Father's Day last week after we were done.
Yes. And
as I did as well. So, everything okay, and possibility of some severe weather my way. So we'll do what we can do for as long as
some nuclear war. You know, who knows?
Oh yeah, that happened last night too while I was on the ice. And so, there's
welcome
always
to
that.
The Terror Dome. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it is a Public Enemy themed thing, isn't it?
It is.
Which makes sense. We got new music from them this week, as well as some new music that we talked about last week for our record of the week. So, which, it's funny. We talked on the bumper about Jim Jones going insane, and last night I read John Jones kind of had his own
Bones Jones,
yeah, retired rather than fight. Yeah. Some people would rather quit, than fight. Man, where are all these things coming from?
I have no idea.
Probably because the magic mind has already taken place. It took about an hour ago. So
who would give a goddamn Public Enemy anyway?
Not on camera, I wouldn't. No, sir. This is Throwback Thursday, episode 595, with all the news that is news across the nation. Indeed. And everything that we normally bring you. We have some hip hop headlines.
We do.
We have a little bit of woo news.
Yes.
Which I had to practice again. A one and done, which sounds like something in a hospital.
Yeah, I'll go with
that. The record of the week. That's actually the name of the elevators in Vassar Hospital.
Nice.
Record of the week from one of our favorites, and we talked about it last week. And we said we were going to bring it. It's also from your artist of the month.
It
so
is.
If you remember who that is, you'll know who we're talking about.
And if you don't, then we'll tell you later.
We'll bring you that old to the new, which is new music from Public Enemy.
Indeed.
And I, of course, will read lyrics, and then we will call it a day for Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 595.
And for those of you watching live, we will try not to screw this whole thing up. It's only week 2 with our new software, and we just didn't have time this week to play with it. So we do what we can with what we have and who we are.
And that's all you can get from us.
Yes.
So if you would be so kind, would you hit us up with a little bit of whoop? Listen to that. Hit us up with a little bit of that Triple H, please.
Yay.
Whoop.
This is Hip Hop Headlines, brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time.
We're going to start with Rock the Bells, 40 years later. This comes from
zombie movie?
No, that's 28 years later.
Yeah, that franchise took a strange turn after that Sandra Bullock one.
Yeah.
The 28 days.
Yeah.
And then they did 28 days later. They did 28 months later. Yeah,
no,
weeks.
They did 28 days, 28 weeks, and then 28 years.
Yeah.
So there's a long time in between.
she got out of rehab and the zombies came around and I don't know what happened.
It's been a long time since I've seen any of those movies, but I've heard the new one is good. Oh, by the way, happy Jaws anniversary. It's 50 years this weekend that Jaws was released.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Yes. Bruce the Shark.
Yes.
LL Cool J wins the best music video at Tribeca Film Festival for Rock the Bells.
Yes. I don't know if you remember.
This is a headline in 2025.
I don't know if you remember or if the posse remembers. There never was a Rock the Bells video.
Right. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Probably about 3-4 months ago.
Yeah. Because I think it was January or February that they created one. You know, it's a black and white and it's people out and around town dancing and, you know, rapping lyrics to Rock the Bells because everybody knows Rock the Bells. And because they did that video in the Today Times,
it was eligible.
Yeah, LL wins an award.
Yes, Rock the Bells video, a new clip made for the monumental 1985 single, took home the Best Music Video Award at the Tribeca Film Festival, which I didn't even know they had that award.
I did not either. I know obviously about the Tribeca Film Festival because I'm from New York, but I did not know that was ever a thing.
It was featured in the shorts category along with music videos from Jack White, Kid Cudi, Ray Khalil, and others. The video debuted before the feature film The Sixth Borough during the fest. So it actually was part of a movie, which is what I knew Tribeca was about.
Right.
Regarding the win, Tribeca said, to honor our first ever music video jury competition winner, we found it only fitting to celebrate the great city of New York with a music video that captures the style, swag, and sound of Tribeca's hometown. Video was released around the same time as the vinyl reissues for two of LL's albums, 1996's All World Greatest Hits and 97's Phenomenon.
Isn't that the Piss Dookie produced one?
Yes. Yeah, the first hits compilation featured Rock the Bells as well as Mama Said Knock You Out and all those other things. He produced that record with Rick Rubin, Marley Marl, L.A. Posse, Rashad Smith, Quincy Jones III, and Tone, certified platinum in 2001. When the video was released back in February.
February. See, I remember some things.
And that's when, you know, the idea was pitched of having real New Yorkers rap lyrics all over the city. He thought it would be perfect to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Rock the Bells. I think it works well because it's a song so many people already know.
Yes.
We were filming the shot in a basketball court. We showed up to the location. A random Jeep drove by with the windows down, blasting Rock the Bells, which we talked about.
In the backseat of his Jeep, is that?
And in other LL news, he's gearing up for the 2025 edition of the Rock the Bells Festival set for June 28th at Prudential Center in New Jersey. New Jersey. And then he said, it's not a reunion, it's a reminder. And I just entered a thing from SiriusXM to see if I get free tickets for it. But
nice.
Haven't heard yet, so we shall see.
We shall.
They send me those things all the time.
Take the things. They don't send me shit.
Congratulations to LL.
The ladies love.
On the Tribeca Film Festival win.
Exactly.
And it's a sentence that we're saying in 2025 that I never thought we would say.
Yeah.
Article number 2. Jimmy done lost his mind.
I had no idea what else to title this because I had no idea what else to think about it.
Somebody call his mama.
So he can have all the kisses.
Tim Jones, according to allhiphop.com, has ignited controversy by claiming that he is more relevant and has more hits than Nas, which has urged fans to get into the numbers and compare. Why does everybody always pick on Nas? Wasn't it one of the
one of the ball kids? Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to Nas anymore. Yeah. And then Nas dropped like 6 albums.
Yeah. Since then.
Yeah. No, some kid, I don't know how it started. Some kid somewhere said that Jimmy was better than Nas or that he didn't listen to Nas, or Jim said his kids don't know any Nas songs, something like that. He was on Joe and Jada's show.
Jada, right. Yeah.
And he just went completely off. I saw the clip. I didn't see the whole show, so I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But he just goes completely off. And Joe's trying to talk him down to get a word. Mm-hmm. Now, if Fat Joe can't get a word in, you know somebody's on a mission because, you know, Joe just step all over everybody just to say something.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about Joe later, too. But
yeah, there was a rebuttal to that article, too. But
Yeah.
I figured that'd be too much joke.
When I sent you the article, I kind of figured there would be.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jim Jones responded to a viral clip of a 22-year-old hip hop fan from Jersey who said Jim Jones had surpassed Nas in both relevance and chart success. It was some
not diplomats.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones specifically.
Yeah.
Bigger than Nas.
D-Rect on Instagram says kids in their 20s say Jim Jones is better than Nas. No.
I have 2 kids in their 20s. I don't believe either one of them would say that.
Jim Jones leaned into this moment, saying he's not trying to disrespect Nas, but believes his catalog speaks for itself.
It does.
These kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is, pointing to the generational divide. And that I can understand because, Nas is more of a classic artist.
Yeah, but he put out seriously like 6 albums in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's Jimmy done? Get stomped on by Jada in a verses?
And yes, and then somebody called his mama.
Mm-hmm.
He explained that Nas dropped his debut when Jones was still in high school, and younger listeners today are more familiar with his work than Nas. A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job. I take nothing away from them, but they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. You know me, Jim Jones, no diplomats.
Yeah.
And then he doubled down on his chart credentials, challenging anyone to compare stats. Oh, that didn't go well for him, by the way.
No, I don't imagine.
Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record.
Let's
then go
do
to
that.
Billboard and check all my entries and check all of them Nickelback's entries, he said. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers. And I got to show you the stats of what I've done.
Yeah, please. Somebody show me some stats.
Yeah. Fat Joe tried to pump the brakes on there. We can't compare the two. Jones pushed back and says, pull up Nas Billboard entries and pull up my Billboard entries, refusing to let the conversation slide.
Yeah, he kept pushing. Now, real quick, for the record,
did pull them up, by the way.
Yeah, for the record, Jim Jones has 2 songs that have been on the Billboard Hot 100.
Mm-hmm.
One in the top 10 and one that hit number 1. Nas, on the other hand, has 27 songs that reached the Hot 100, 2 top 10 hits, while also having number 1s. Albums.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones has 9 entered in the Billboard 200 with 3 top 10 albums and no number 1s. Nas has 27, 16 top 10s, and 6 that have reached number 1. What stat? Jimmy sounds like he's getting stats from Trump. I was
going to say the same thing, but I didn't want to throw that name out.
I don't care. It's our show. But like him or not, Trump, everything
fabricates a lot of his numbers,
and everything for him is the biggest. It's the best. It's the grandest. No one's ever been this big and large and better. That's the Jim Jones. Now I understand. As an MC, you have to believe that you are the best, you are the baddest, and nobody can beat you. But when you start saying check the numbers, and you can't inflate those things.
And to go back to the Public Enemy centric theme of this show, don't believe the hype.
No.
So social media has weighed in on the debate.
I'm sure.
And the data, like you said, shows basically
wrong. Yeah. I don't even know how to say it. Not only is Jim Jones insane, he's wrong.
Yeah. We
have never been, about the numbers. The people we like are people we like. It doesn't matter how many albums they sold, how many records charted. If you like something, you like it. But never ever did I think that Derek B would have stood up and said, he's got more hit records and gold and platinum plaques than Nas. But on any given day, I could rather be in the mood for Derek B than a Nas record. You can't just say my numbers are bigger because I want them to be.
Right. And Derek B got one of the hottest records in New York.
Exactly. And who said that?
That would be Chuck D. So yeah, you just kind of don't let the facts get in the way of a good story there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, It's not a lie if you believe it. Isn't that what? Who said that? I forget who said that.
Trump.
He lives it. Next article, Big Mama.
Yes.
Now, Big Mama could be only one person.
Martin Lawrence?
No.
Oh.
That would be Roxanne.
Yes.
Roxanne's Revenge, how a teenage battle rapper changed hip-hop forever. And this comes to us from blackamericaweb.com. We are talking about friend of the show and icon of the industry.
Indeed.
Roxanne Shante, 10 years old. She was making noise in the underground rap scene by 14. She was an undefeated battle rapper and a member of the Juice Crew. Which came when she ran into her neighbors, Marley Marl, Mr. Magic, and Tyrone Williams, who were frustrated after UTFO backed out of a show.
Not Mr. Tyrone Shitterfoot.
No.
Because he's down with the funky tongue twister. That's a whole different thing.
Though hesitant at first, Shante was convinced to record a freestyle that became a 7-minute track disrupting UTFO's plans. It was a diss track that played on UTFO's unreleased song, Roxanne, Roxanne. Shante used as fuel freestyled from the woman in the song's perspective, and then Roxanne's Revenge was released back in 1984, reached 22 on the Billboard chart, sold over 250,000 copies in New York, and sparked
like she the
Roxanne Wars, which had over 30 response tracks. So,
and won by a group called Potato Chip.
This catapulted Shante from local battle rapper to Juice Crew member, earning her recognition as one of hip-hop's best in the battle rap game. She was a rising star credited by Nas as an inspiration. And if you watch that show, she was the one who basically said to Nas, you need to clean up your style and come back.
Otherwise, you'll never be better than Jim Jones.
But with fame came challenges, especially for a dark-skinned girl under 18. Beyond battling rappers, she faced physical and sexual abuse, foster care, colorism, and sexism. A lot of people forget about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's all in it's Roxanne, Roxanne. That's what the Netflix show is called, right?
Yeah, which was really, really good.
It was. We did it as Fresh Flicks.
Now, decades later, women like Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Glorilla, they're all facing similar backlash. They respond with, bars that prove that they can at least keep up with the men.
Right. Where Shani was taking out men.
Yeah. Today, her legacy lives on as a blueprint for authenticity, lighting the Empire State Building during hip-hop's 50th anniversary to hosting on Rock the Bells Radio, Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2025 Who Gives a Fuck About a Goddamn Grammys.
Shante was the first one to have a show on Rock the Bells, wasn't she?
Yep. She was.
And it's still going.
Shani continues to champion the culture she helped define. Her journey from teenage battle rapper to respected pioneer has inspired generations of female MCs to speak truth without apology, because that's what she does. And she'll still take a motherfucker out if she need to.
It's rhyme time. It's rhyme time.
Try to put the news in a rhyme.
Yes. Try to put the news inside a rhyme. It's rhyme time. It's rhyme time. Time to put the news inside a rhyme. See, at least I don't make you do that.
No,
I don't make you rhyme the news.
No, because I would fail miserably. And then Shani would come after me and be like, boy, put the mic down.
I will tell you, if I ever get her to be on the show, our opening. Yeah. I'm going to write the whole thing
as a rhyme,
as rhymes. So you can introduce the articles. That's because that's what she does. She'll, for those of you who don't listen to her show, you should, but
you really should. It's really good.
She sees the title of the news article and she writes like a, couple lines,
like 8 bars on
what the article is going to be. And then so that was her introduction to the news, kind of like Bill reading This Week on blah, blah, blah. She says, puts the news inside a rhyme. And then they get into the segment and they start talking about the news, but that's her news intro is a rap about whatever the article is going to be.
She's so good. She's so good. You know who isn't good right now? Fat Joe. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Say it ain't so, Joe. I said, when I sent it to you, I was like, is it Fat Joe or Fat Pedo?
Yeah.
P-Joe.
P-Joe, yes.
According to Hip Hop DX, and this was all over the place, actually, Fat Joe has been accused of being a pedophile in a bombshell lawsuit by his former hype man, T.A. Dixon. Sounds like a disgruntled ex-employee.
Yeah. Did he wrestle with Magnum T.A.?
No.
Oh, no.
Seeking up to $20 million in damages. $20 million with an M.
Let's hold that. You and I have already kind of discussed this. His former hype man, wants $20 million from Fat Joe because Fat Joe allegedly had sex with underage women.
How does that affect him in the least?
Was he traumatized by watching this happen? Was it, Fat Joe freak off? I don't know how any of this, number one, how his hype man can bring charges, file a lawsuit against Joe for something that Joe did to someone else.
So here's the accusations.
Please.
Coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, psychological coercion.
I think I heard a lot of those terms coming out of the Diddy trial.
Yeah. Filing also contains a number of lurid claims about Joe's alleged sexual relationships, including with minors. T.A. Dixon allegedly,
of course, it's all alleged,
that Joe coerced him into more than 4,000 sexual acts. So Joe is assaulting him too? Apparently so.
Okay.
And forced him into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under duress and surveillance. Sounds very Diddy-ish.
It does.
Accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance.
Oh.
That I haven't heard Diddy say.
No. Well,
I'm going to leave you in Djibouti if you don't give up Djibouti. Dixon also claims he personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old.
All right. Well,
and you're just saying this now, huh?
Yeah. And you are, for all intent and purposes, ratting yourself out.
The former hype man alleges that Joe had one 16-year-old girl perform sexual acts in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill.
It's the world, man.
I can't pay this iPhone bill. Well, I can help you with that. The filing further adds, Fat Joe began having sexual relations with minor Doe 2. Apparently, they're all Jane Does. When she was 15 years old, after a concert overseas, defendant flew minor Doe 2 to New York City and Miami, Florida on multiple occasions. Due to minor Doe 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed, defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift.
All right. Did he send her to Brazil for that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's where he threatened to leave her. Maybe. Minor Doe 2 eventually left defendant and is now married to a professional athlete.
Okay.
Dixon also says Joe orchestrated repeated orgies involving plaintiff, female dancers, and minors. Joe has taken on the legal representation of Joe Tacopina, who is also A$AP Rocky's lawyer, who blasted the lawsuit. He said in a statement, the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon, not Tyrone Chilifoot and Magnum TA, is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit that we filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Cartagena through lies, threats, and manufactured allegations.
I wish that I could title the show like I used to, because it would be Tyrone Chilifoot and Magnum TA. And I would have the greatest artwork, but I can't do that anymore because it doesn't get picked up and people don't understand what I'm saying. But anyway, that would have been a better title.
But for our people, for the patron version,
for the patrons, yes,
it's subtitled Magnum TA and Tyrone Chilifoot.
Yes, Craig, I know they cannot mention the name of minor victims, and if there are minor victims who are coming forward,
I've just never seen them. I've never seen them listed as minor Doe 2.
Right. Yeah. So does this mean that there are women who are?
There had to have been a minor Doe 1.
There had to be, yes. Because minor Doe 2 Electric Boogaloo doesn't work if there's not the original minor Doe. But
Boogaloo.
This guy has filed a lawsuit on his own behalf for the way he was treated and the things that Joe made him do, allegedly.
Yes. And then mentions all this other stuff. Is
there a criminal case filed by all these formerly at the time minors? So is there possible criminal charges as well?
So far, I haven't seen anything as far as
I hadn't either, but if we're naming
by the minors, but
if we're naming minor doe 1, minor doe 2, I don't think that Magnum TA here came up with those names. I think there we go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. I mean, there would have had to been some kind of creed. Well, I mean, you could file a lawsuit for anything,
right? That's what I say. The civil lawsuit that he's filing, he can file because he feels like it. That's how our society works. The criminal charges, if they are being filed or if they have been filed, that requires a little bit more,
right?
What it sounds like this guy has done is taken notes on words and situations he heard in the Diddy trial and wrote them down and said, I would like to sue him based on the same stuff.
Right. So law enforcement, according to the lawyer, Joe Tacopina, says law enforcement is aware of the extortionate, which I learned a new word today, extortionate demand at the heart of this scheme. The allegations against Mr. Cartagena are complete fabrications, lies intended to damage his reputation and force a settlement through public pressure. Mr. Cartagena will not be intimidated. We have taken legal action to expose this fraudulent campaign and hold everyone involved accountable.
Just like Jay-Z and his lawyer did against, the people that were coming after him for the same kind of stuff.
And Joe has already previously sued Magnum TA here for slander after he made allegations about the Make It Rain rapper having sex with a 16-year-old girl. So,
but did he win? This is the question.
I don't know. I don't even know if it has been adjudicated yet or anything like that. Let's see. Because that suit was just reported on back at the end of April. So it's not.
So it may not,
Yeah.
Oh, and as we have a short intermission as Bill's looking something up. Happy birthday as we record to friend of the show, Schoolie D.
Yes.
And
that has not been adjudicated yet, by the way.
No, very large supporter of the show, Brooklyn Ty.
Yes. Happy birthday, Brooklyn Ty.
Yes.
So yeah, Joe is, it kind of sounds like Joe's, I mean, he may not be an angel, but
right. I'm no angel. Sorry.
But it's without knowing all the facts. And I really, like Cranky said, it sounds a bit copycat for sure. So
we are not here to give our opinion on the news. Well, yes, we are. That's kind of what we kind of are. That's what we do. I was lying.
but we also use the facts that are presented to help form that opinion. I mean, it doesn't look good for either case right now.
Not.
It doesn't make anybody look good in this situation.
No, and that's also the thing. Whether this is true in full, in part, not at all. At the end of the day, people are still going to look at Joe sideways because
court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't wait for evidence.
No, time waits for no man.
Nope, that's for sure. Sorry, Charlie. Apparently, we're having a tuna commercial in here.
We are.
No, we're not. All hip hop brings this. Timbaland apologizes to producer, averting an all-out AI war, at least for now.
Yes, so last week we talked about this new A-pop thing. During the week, I said to you, this is what we were talking about. Producers are coming after him saying, hey, fucker, you can't be using my stuff because I just heard it and it was my stuff.
Yeah.
So now.
So Timbaland has issued a mea culpa after facing backlash for using K Fresh's beats without approval to create an AI generated remix through Suno.
So it's an AI culpa.
Last Friday, June 20th, or actually 2 days ago, K-Fresh demanded a public apology from the producer within 24 hours or face legal consequences. Why does an apology trump legal stuff? I don't understand that.
I could see in the world of AI right now where everything is still we'll say new.
There's a lot of undiscovered territory. That's
right. So a lot of things are not illegal yet because they haven't happened. So unless what is his name? K-Fresh.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to basically be the precedent, set the precedent for AI sampling laws, which, and I'm sure that's a giant undertaking financially, time consumption, and you don't know how it's going to come out.
Right.
It's easier for him to have Timbaland acknowledge that he did what he did to him and tell the world, yes, this, you may like this. This is K-Fresh's beat. I took it and did this. So it's more beneficial to him for Timbaland to basically say, I'm Timbaland, but I took K-Fresh's beat and turned it into this because it was great.
He's getting free publicity as opposed to the possibility of name recognition and the possibility of a financial reward, hoping that name recognition will bring in more financial windfall for his. Yeah,
that's the way I see it. Again, I can see my opinion on the news, not.
I can see that. No, I mean, it makes perfect sense when you put it that way. So K-Fresh demanded this apology. The track was shared without credit, consent, or compensation, igniting widespread criticism from artists and industry professionals. That's a whole lot of alliteration.
Yes.
Timbaland responded with a statement on social media admitting he failed to verify the origin of the beat before using it in a demo. Basically, he should have just said, my bad, but he didn't. He said, I'd like to formally apologize to K-Fresh. I should have done my due diligence before using it. Regardless of the intent, I recognize that not everyone involved was aware or on board, and I take full responsibility for that oversight. The controversy erupted after Timbaland uploaded a remix made with Suno, an AI music platform that he advises, using a beat originally crafted by K-Fresh. There was no credit, no consent, no apology. K-Fresh and his attorney, Ryan Schmidt, wrote in an open letter addressed to both Timbaland and Suno. Instead, he used someone else's work without permission. That's plagiarism, man.
It's hip hop, too. Yeah.
Timbaland clarified that the remix was not monetized or distributed commercially and was intended to showcase creative possibilities with AI.
Okay, I like that part right there. That is very important. Especially to what we do here. I know we cannot compare ourselves to Timbaland, but what we do here is protected not by the red, the black, and the green, but by the Digital Millennium Copyright Act of 1994. We are playing other people's music on this show. We fully admit that every week. We do not monetize this show. We do not make money because we played that song as an integral part of what we do. We played part of that song for review, critique, whatever. And that is all covered under the DMCA.
Right.
Timmy's in the same kind of situation right there, saying, I took your thing and did something with it to prove that this thing could create based on what's fed into it. I didn't put it on Spotify. I didn't try to sell it out of my store. It was just for an example of what my AI is capable of doing.
Right.
So he does, when it comes to legality, have a leg to stand on there. So that may also be one of those things, this guy's lawyer said, don't do it because, he didn't sell your music saying it was his. He didn't,
Right. And that's what Timbaland also said. He goes, I didn't monetize, release, or try to claim ownership. I was genuinely inspired and wanted to demonstrate what's possible. Now, Timbaland's legal counsel, Tynea Coates, acknowledged that the remix violated Suno's terms of service, but said that it didn't break the law. She says, just because something's legal doesn't mean it's right.
Well, yes, and I would not argue that.
And the audio is no longer on Suno's platform, but still, the damage may be done. Part of K-Fresh and his legal team's demand was that Timbaland provided proof that the beat has been removed from Suno's training data and a commitment to avoid using unlicensed music in future demos. Now, it's unclear if that data is still part of the algorithm of this AI program. Timbaland's involvement with Suno, an AI-powered music platform, has drawn scrutiny from artists concerned about how AI may exploit creative work, which we talked about at length.
Yeah.
He also recently launched Stage Zero, a company focused on AI-generated music, and introduced a virtual assistant named Tata.
Yes. Again, one right in the middle.
Which has drawn criticism for potentially sidelining human talent and chuckles from 13-year-old boys who just like to say Tata.
Yes, or 50-plus-year-old men who are 13-year-old boys at heart.
Tata. Did you know Stan, the video for that turned into a documentary?
I did not. It was kind of crazy when I saw that.
Yeah. And then I saw another thing on it after you sent it to me, and I'm like, yeah, this is bad news. Hot New Hip Hop brings us this, and I've got a stupid Google ad. There we go. Eminem's stalker has gotten a lengthy prison sentence for a home invasion. So, I mean,
isn't that a Ice-T album?
Yeah, it is. But we all know Stan, the song.
Yes.
Basically was the...
And who's it? Devin Siwa, who played him?
Yeah.
From Idle Hands.
Basically was the crux of using the term Stan for a obsessed fan.
Right. Which he was.
This is a real thing now. Eminem has his own Stan.
Yes.
But
I'm sure he has a ton, but
his name is Matthew. Matthew David Hughes.
In the video, his name was Devin. So
Matthew David Hughes broke into Eminem's Michigan home twice in this decade, once in April of 2020 and once in August of 2024. I wrote the addresses on him perfect.
Exactly. He knew where he was going.
The influence of the Eminem song Stan cannot be overstated. It sadly parallels real life scares when it comes to obsessed fans. And we've seen that before, even before the song came out. I mean, Selena was murdered by one of her own fans.
So was John Lennon. John
Lennon was murdered by a fan, which is a very interesting way of showing how much you love somebody by taking them out. You may have heard of a couple of break-ins that a fan committed at Marshall Mathers' Michigan home. More alliteration.
Yes, I did not hear about it. I read about it when I was trying to figure out news for the show.
According to All Hip Hop, a court reportedly gave Matthew David Hughes a lengthy prison sentence Tuesday, June 17th for breaking into Marshall Mathers' home twice, April 2020, August 2024. He will serve a maximum of 30 years on first-degree home invasion and stalking charges. And his eligibility for parole will reportedly open after 18 years served at a minimum. Ahoy, Captain Ricky Schnarr in the house.
Morning, Ricky.
For those unaware, back in April of 2020, Eminem's convicted stalker smashed his home's window with a brick and entered while Slim Shady was sleeping. Superstar testified that Hughes allegedly told him he went there to kill him before security guards apprehended him, leading to his arrest. Thank God M has security living in his house.
Yeah, which is a crazy thing to me because we're nobodies. When my home security is, a camera at my door, his home security is like a 6-pack of dudes just waiting for somebody to bust a window.
Yeah, my home security is a Ring camera on my door, a Ring camera on my garage, and 2 dogs that like to bark.
Yeah.
This guy has guys living in his house.
When we make the big time, you can have guys living in your house, Bill.
No, don't want it. He pleaded guilty to second-degree home invasion, received probation plus time served. However, he returned in August of 2024, this time slipping through an unlocked door. Hughes then stole a bike before security spotted him and authorities arrested him at a Walmart 4 days after he left the scene.
That's my bike.
Why would you steal Eminem's bike?
Why would you steal Pee Wee Herman's bike? I don't know.
In Michigan court, Eminem faced his stalker in person, testified during Hughes' May 2025 trial for the incident from the previous August. The court wrapped proceedings up in 2 days. Jurors deliberated for less than 30 minutes.
Were they also Eminem stans?
No, but Apparently, they were fans of the law.
Yeah.
In addition, they issued a no contact order. Law stands. A no contact order barring Matthew David Hughes from reaching out to the Detroit legend due to what prosecutors called an obsessive and dangerous pattern. You think?
Yeah. I think stalking, by definition, is a dangerous pattern.
And have you seen pictures of this guy?
I have.
He does not look overly stable.
He does not. Yeah. No. I read the articles when I decide if they're going to work for the show or not.
Eminem's got other legal matters he's addressing too. His publishing company recently launched a $109 million with an M lawsuit against Meta for allegedly using hundreds of songs on their platforms without permission.
That sounds like a lot.
Hundreds. So
hundreds.
Put them in your pocket.
It sounds like what he did.
So this Stan is going to be standing in prison for at least 18 years. Minimum 18 years.
Minimum.
That's when he's eligible for parole. This is a touchy one.
It is.
Article number 7.
But the way it is presented and who it is presented by.
Yeah. 10 ways to not.
Switch it. Not to not. 10 ways.
10 ways not to.
Yes.
Yeah. 10 ways not to. I'm trying to.
You can read the title because it's the title of the book.
The title of the book is 10 Ways Not to Commit Suicide.
Yes.
So this is a book that Daryl McDaniels has published with Daryl Dawsey, co-writer.
Yes, not Daryl Dawkins, whole different guy.
No, that's 10 Ways to Shatter a Backboard.
It is.
Didn't Daryl Dawkins pass away too?
I believe
he did a while ago.
Yes. DMC did not. Don't say also.
No. No. You never know what someone is going through. Daryl McDaniels, better known friend of the show, DMC, the legendary hip hop group Run DMC, has had years of hit records.
Lego, what's the collaborator?
Yeah. Sold out tours, adoration from fans literally all over the globe. Yet even with all that, he revealed the time in his life when he was ready to throw it all away.
Yes.
Basically.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's very well known that DMC was in deep depression, had a very rough time.
And had thoughts of self-harm.
Yes. He was very big into alcohol. He had a lot of shit going on, and he like Flavor Flav has come out the other side much stronger than he was when he went in.
So he says, I was probably at my worst in 97 during a 2-week-long tour in Japan. The only song I listened to then was a soft pop ballad called Angel by Sarah McLachlan.
He is actually friends with Sarah McLachlan now, isn't he?
I think he is.
I think they're partners in a charity. And yeah.
I cannot overemphasize how important that song was to me in the midst of my depression. Angel kept me serene when every fiber of my person was screaming for me to lose it, and it made me believe that I could soldier through. It's probably why he's friends with her. McDaniels was sober at the time after struggling with alcohol addiction, but found himself at a crossroads in his life. He faced an identity crisis when he lost his voice due to a condition called spasmodic dysphonia.
Yes.
The condition, which causes involuntary movements of one or more muscles of the voice box, can ultimately result in the loss of one's voice. He was also dealing with group conflicts after the murder of group member Jam Master Jay. I thought long and hard about ending things every day in Japan. I tricked myself into thinking that my family might be better off without me. I considered jumping out of a window. I thought about going to a hardware store to buy poison to ingest. I thought about pointing a gun to my temple. It would be too simple to say that a song got rid of all my negative feelings. It couldn't rid me of the wounds. Angel was like a life preserver tossed to me during a storm. It didn't pull me out of the water, but it did help me stay afloat until other help came along. What a perfect analogy that is. In 2004, he decided it was time to seek professional help and calls it one of the best things that any person, but especially a black man, he says, can do. When I went to therapy, I realized something that most men, I don't care what race, creed, or color you are, but especially black men, I realized that therapy is not soft. My saying is therapy is gangsta. It actually empowered me.
Mm-hmm.
It allowed me to say things that I thought about, but I would never want to hear myself say those things. According to the Office of Minority Health, while black African Americans are less likely than white people to die from self-harm as teenagers, African American or black teenagers are more likely to attempt self-harm with a fatal outcome than are white teenagers. 8.3% versus 6.2% is the stats. That stat for adults is not much better. In 2011, 54.3% of adult black or African Americans with a major depressive episode received treatment, compared with 73.1% of adult white Americans. So they have as many episodes, but they don't receive treatment as much.
Right. Or seek treatment.
So self-harm with a fatal outcome is a leading cause of death in the United States. To break the statistics down by age, it is the second leading cause of death between the ages of 10 to 14 and 25 to 34. It's the third leading cause of death between the ages of 15 and 24, and the fourth leading cause of death between 35 and 44. In the U.S., back in 2021, 48,183 people died by self-harm with a fatal outcome. This equals one death every 11 minutes. If you don't discuss your mental health in therapy, we will keep having this unnecessary cycle of us missing signals, signs, and opportunities to eradicate the mental conditions that is brought on because of a continuation of a repeated cycle. And we miss the chance to fully diagnose and treat the individuals who have mental health problems. So it's important that people talk about it. And I think I might try to copyright that phrase now.
What's that?
Self-harm with a fatal outcome.
Go for it.
I think
it's expensive to copyright something, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. We know that.
Trademark things. Yes, it's not free.
There are warning signs. The behaviors listed below may be some of the signs that someone is thinking about performing such an act.
Yes. Now, these are just some signs that may be, these are kind of like traits of a serial killer.
Yeah.
Have been, okay, all of these people have done this, but they've also done a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Do not believe that these are the only signs. You know
but these
your
are
friends and relatives, and they may have different ways of expressing themselves. Yes. Keep an eye out.
Talking about wanting to not be alive anymore, talking about great guilt or shame, talking about being a burden to others, feeling empty, hopeless, trapped, or having no reason to go on, feeling extremely sad, more anxious, agitated, or full of rage, feeling unbearable emotional or physical pain, changing behavior such as making a plan or researching ways to act on these thoughts, withdrawing from friends, saying goodbye, giving away important items, or making a will, taking dangerous risks such as driving extremely fast, displaying extreme mood swings, eating or sleeping more or less, using drugs or alcohol more often. I don't know if I've ever actually said this out loud. You know my past with my marital history. When my first marriage exploded after 10 months, I got in my car and I drove down a very busy highway, reaching about 110 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden, I thought about my mother. And I slowed down. I turned the car around. I parked in a parking lot and I sat there and I cried for about 8 hours. And that's probably the closest I have ever come.
I agree.
And, you know, when this was 2000 maybe. So I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
So 29 or 30, and right in those age groups.
Yep.
So if these warning signs apply to you or someone you know, get help as soon as possible, particularly if the behavior is new or has increased recently. what to do if you or a loved one is thinking about self-harm with a fatal outcome. It can be worrisome and scary to experience these ideations or any situation where that permanent solution to a temporary problem may be a possibility. You may also be concerned about the safety of someone you care about if they tell you that they're thinking about this option or have attempted this option. The following may help. Call or text 988, which is the crisis lifeline. Talking to someone can help you, whether you're in a crisis or just having a bad day. Remember, you're not alone. If you or someone you know are in danger or an unsafe situation, call 911 or your local emergency services number immediately.
Yes, or 999, depending on where you are.
Make a safety plan. A safety plan is a list of things that can help you or a loved one feel better when they're experiencing crisis, including these thoughts. So all this just because DMC wrote a book detailing that he's been there.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in multiple celebrities. I mean, multiple celebrities. Some of the most famous musicians in the world have done this.
Yeah.
We went through a stretch a few years ago where half of the grunge artists, I mean, we lost Chester Bennington. We lost
Chris Cornell.
We lost Kurt Cobain. Mm-hmm. We lost multiple people.
Yeah.
And a lot more that you probably never even knew about. We've lost comics, Richard Jeni, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It is a thing. It is a big time. I don't want to say it's a problem because then it puts an onus on the person suffering.
Right.
It is something that needs to be at the forefront for treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way things are right now, the uncertainty of everything in the world, it's only going to get worse. So, I mean, the economy is terrible. The situation now with the possibility of global conflict, these thoughts are going to be in a lot of people's head. So let's keep an eye out for our brothers and sisters and our friends. Okay.
And the posse.
Posse members are family. Keep an eye on your family, your friends. Hell, even if you notice a stranger acting very weird in public or anything like that, they could be going through crisis. You know, there, but for the grace of whomever you pray to, that could be you. So, you know, you can pass judgment after you help. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad D wrote this memoir. I'm glad he's shining light on it. I can't believe I've never actually mentioned my close call in public before. But I mean,
you haven't had occasion to or reason to.
No, I mean, I know I've told you in private, but because I think I called you that night.
You did call that, yes.
So it's and you know, you never know what's around the corner.
You don't.
Anyway, let's get back to the silliness that we're used to.
Well, you see how this is.
Yeah. Let's go from that serious thing to Zombie Plane.
Look, I'm telling you, I cannot wait for this film.
I'm really kind of along with you.
From day one, when we heard that it was possibly going to be a thing, to the ever expanding cast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, man.
Variety.com has brought us this Zombie Plane, which we talked about, I believe, for the first time like a year ago.
Yeah, I think it was a little longer than that even.
Raps production as Ice-T and Brian Austin Green have joined the cast. Both people who we have had records from
yes,
on this show.
So that's 3 stars. We've done 3 artists on the show that we've done.
We should be an official sponsor of this movie.
Oh, man. Too bad Chuck Norris didn't drop an album because he's also in it
too. Production has officially wrapped on the high-flying action comedy Zombie Plane. Ice-T, Brian Austin Green have joined the cast. Vanilla Ice, Sophie Monk, Chuck Norris, Sir Bob Geldof, and many others star in this
Bob
film.
Geldof.
Where celebrities are seen by day as the faces we know and love, but by night they are saving the world from under-wrap attacks. Led by Commander Chuck Norris, they stand between world peace and humanity's destruction.
This is crazy.
Ice-T shot his scenes on Australia's Gold Coast alongside Australian actor Stephen Curry, not the same one that played basketball. And a surprise cameo by one of the country's high-profile media personalities, Kyle Sandilands, who I don't know, but apparently that's a big name in Australia. With the final scenes now shot, Zombie Plane will hit screens later this year.
Screens. Now, are we talking movie screens or home television screens? That I don't know.
They haven't said yet. Release dates will be announced shortly. U.S. distribution will be headed up by Entertainment Squad with its Australian theatrical release through Radioactive Pictures. So in Australia, it's going to the theaters.
I will see that. I will tell you, if this hits a theater within 60 miles of me, I will see it opening day.
I'm going. I have to. Strong musical themes. The film's soundtrack includes tracks produced by Rob Van Winkle, friend of the show.
Yes.
Professionally known as Vanilla Ice. Wannabe friend of the show, because we really want him to be a friend of the show. Finn Tutuola, Ice-T, and many other members of the key cast who are also musicians.
Not Chuck Norris.
No. Although if they get Chuck Norris to sing, then all bets are off, man. I'm excited to see this high-octane thrill ride of laughs and action come to life, and I know the audience will be just as excited, said Jess
audience
Butland,
is.
producer of Radioactive Picture. This film marks the first collaboration between Australia's Radioactive Pictures and US-based Entertainment Squad, which was founded by veteran producer Shaked Berenson, who has films such as Slacks, Big Ass Spider.
Oh, okay, hold on. I believe I've actually seen Big Ass Spider. Hold on. I have to go and check the...
with an exclamation point, so that must have been a big ass spider.
Well, yeah. I'll have to look that one up when we're done to see if I've actually seen that one or something with a comparable title.
Turbo Kid, The Man Who Killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot. That's all one title, by the way.
Oh, so he killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot?
Yes.
Nice.
That one you might have to look up. As a genre, horror has always been a powerful way to blend social commentary with outrageous entertainment.
Yes.
Yes, it has. Zombie Plane carries that torch with its absurd premise and sharp satire. We embrace the weird, the wild, and the unexpected. I am so geeked for this movie now. And, oh, by the way, you were a fan of Sanford and Son?
Oh, yeah.
Lynn Hamilton from Sanford and Son, the actress, has passed away at 95. That's a little blurb on there. So rest in peace to Lynn Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I just watched Sanford and Son the other day when I was at your house, actually.
Yes. Yeah, she was Donna on Sanford and Son.
Pitchfork.com brings us our next article. Still fighting the power.
Yeah. And I just posted like a week or two ago, the Do the Right Thing. You know, people are asking why Mookie threw the trash can through the window, not why they killed Radio Raheem.
Yep, which was in my memories that same day too.
Yeah.
Which I think we put up originally when the George Floyd, Derek Chauvin thing was going on.
That's when it started. Yeah.
So Public Enemy
full circle here.
Yeah. And now we come to the payoff.
Indeed.
Public Enemy released a new protest song called March Madness. Recorded with a collective of student collaborators, the group's first song in 5 years benefits the Black Music Action Coalition Human Rights Fund and the anti-gun violence nonprofit Everytown. They've released their first single. It's called March Madness. Immediate proceeds, as we said, go to this. It's student contributors from Harvard, Berkeley, and Howard universities include lyricist Anthony Bell, Ali Marinaccio, Rhiannon Ray Ellis, and D1, Sydney D. Leonardist and Sierra Deshad, and producer Nigel Sanjay Sanders. Flavor Flav of the group said of the track, "It's horrible what's going on right now around the world, and especially here. I hate it. But I got a voice and a platform, and we are still fighting the power and for positive change all these years later." Chuck D added, gun violence is not normal behavior, but it's been going on for so long that it's been normalized. We need to treat it like the sickness and the epidemic that it is.
And not be down with the sickness.
No, that's a different article and group and talk all together. And you may very well get a sneak peek of that song later on.
Ooh, that'd be nice. We'll have to see if we can arrange that or something.
And now, new school news.
Yes.
According to hotnewhiphop.com, Tekken player named Joe Budden gets kicked out of tournament for toilet paper antics.
And I didn't even know Tekken was still a tournament thing that people were playing, but yeah, that's enough of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
He's got the toilet paper, though, for that shit, so he can carry on.
The toilet paper, he was throwing toilet paper at commentators.
Yeah.
What is this, a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening?
Could be.
That is enough of that shit. Don't sully the name of Rocky Horror in my presence. We're going to take our first
Joe Budden,
break.
it's okay, though.
Yeah. As long as it's not Jim Jones.
No.
We're taking our first break. When we come back, we've got a couple of pieces of Woo News, and then we're going to get into some music on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 595.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and looking at my Gucci, it's about that time.
Yo, this is Fully D, and looking at my Gucci, it's about that time for Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Never ever see you play them fool, cause I use a microphone like a plumber use a tool.
1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface straight from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. Y'all know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays, Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and Old Dirty Bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy on it.
Welcome back, everybody. Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 595. It is indeed time for Woo News. We have two pieces of Woo News for you this week.
As we woo, woo, woo.
As we woo, woo, woo. As we do.
Indeed.
Da do, da. That's all I want to say to you.
Indeed.
The first one, RZA loves Jizza. Such an elementary school way of doing it. Hip Hop DX brings us this. RZA claims that Jizza is the best MC of all time. He's good.
That's high praise.
It is high praise. But I think he's a biased opinion.
I would say so.
RZA has claimed that his fellow Wu-Tang Clan legend, the Jizza, is the greatest MC of all time. Speaking on Drink Champs, the iconic rapper and producer was asked to compare Nas and Jizza. Why is everybody comparing to Nas?
He's the guy now. He is.
He is
from our era, but he is out there. You compare yourself to Redman. How about that?
Nobody compares to Redman.
No,
Redman's on his own planet.
So is Cool Keith.
Yeah. The producer was asked to compare Nas and Jizza, which he was reluctant to do. He said, in what way? They're both very powerful brothers. RZA then expanded his thoughts by saying, for MCing, my favorite best MC is the Jizza. I don't think no MC could beat the Jizza. I think what Jizza has written for hip hop, no other MC can compare. He then compared the Liquid Swords Titan against various other rappers. Even if you go look at Rakim, who's one of the greatest to most people, one of the greatest. Yes. Nas is one of the greatest. If you go look at what Jizza offered to hip hop, look at what he spawned. He spawned me, Meth, Ray, Ghost. These are all from Jizza, the Enlightener. And yeah,
he's a genius.
He's got a point. And then it just kind of clicks into the whole thing about the video game, which we talked about the last time. So
yeah, the Rise of the Deceiver. Oh,
yes.
So we mentioned early in the show that Father's Day had passed.
Yes.
Last episode. One of the things that I received as a Father's Day gift is a pre-order of Rise of the Deceiver.
Nice.
From Alex.
Very cool. Okay. I'm going to get this one right because I've been practicing it. Ready? Method Man sells weed worldwide.
Yes. I want you all to appreciate, not only is it difficult for Bill to say all these things, I have to create these things.
Yes. And then write them out so I know how he wants them. All hip hop brings us this. Method Man, Clifford Smith Jr., professionally known as, is slanging marijuana worldwide with a new deal. That is a good businessman. Clifford Smith is bringing his Tikal cannabis seeds to Europe, expanding his weed brand into a global player in the marijuana market. Okay, player.
Indeed.
He's partnered with online retailer Zamnesia to distribute 8 premium marijuana seed strains across the continent of Europe. He goes, I don't just put my name on anything. These Tikal seeds, hand-picked, perfected, and ready to rep real flavor across borders. Big love to Zamnesia for showing up and showing love, said Meth in a statement announcing the collaboration. The deal marks a major move for Tikal, which is short for taking into consideration all lives, which apparently was not the case. Which Method Man named after his 1994 debut solo album. That album, released under Def Jam Records, debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and helped cement the Wu-Tang Clan member's solo career. And I bet you Jim Jones thinks he's better than that too.
Yeah.
3 decades later, the rapper turned entrepreneur is pushing his cannabis vision overseas. Zamnesia is a Netherlands-based e-commerce platform known for its cannabis and psychedelic products. And it will be the exclusive distributor of the Tikal seed line in both the U.S. and Europe. The rollout includes 8 strains personally selected by Method Man with names like Shaolin Spritzer, Method Mac, Sweet Morning Mimosa, and 24K Gold Fangs.
All right.
Okay. The campaign will tap into Zamnesia's network of over 350,000 cannabis customers and Method Man's global reach, blending celebrity influence with cultivation expertise. According to CNN, the European cannabis market is expected to grow rapidly as legalization efforts continue across several countries. This summer, Tikal and Zamnesia release a limited edition strain with collector's packaging aimed at longtime cannabis connoisseurs. U.S. buyers can find it at zamnesia.com/US.
I'm curious, what packaging will appeal to longtime cannabis users? What could be special about the packaging that they would get into that maybe nobody else would? I'm interested.
Maybe the packaging is made from the seeds too. Maybe you can smoke the packaging,
or you can plant the packaging and grow your own. I don't know.
Yes, there you go.
I'm interested though. I have to reach out. Maybe Ty will know. I reach out to some of my cannabicians and see what it is that would interest them.
All right. So last little bit of woo news. You God still is not very good, and ODB is still passed away. So it is time for some music. Episode 595 brings you The One and Done. The One and Done comes to us from July 4th, 1995.
A number.
It was recorded on Suave House and Relativity Records, produced by James Ensley, Tony Draper, and Smoke One Productions, running 59 minutes and 4 seconds. No.
Okay.
It's not their only record, but it's the only one that we considered for The One and Done.
Yeah, they have I think they have something else, but it's not the same lineup. It's strictly Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
So
as
Mr.
the second
Mike
record. Yeah. So this is the only record under this collaboration. The name of this record, well, the group is South Circle, which is a American hip hop duo consisting of Mr. Mike and Thoreau. And the name of the record, Another Day, Another Baller.
Yes. Another shot caller.
14 tracks on this record. At least that's what I have anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to add the scene here. Sorry.
There you are.
Yes. Wow, spotlight. That's what I was missing.
There you go.
All right. Remember, this is where you're in charge.
Yes, it is. John will be very happy.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, I sometimes I find records just for him. And actually, Cranky sent me a Facebook post about South Circle last week. I think he'll tell us. I think it was last week. And I sent him, I have South Circle and Mr. Mike both on this playlist already. So I scrolled back and I'm like, I sent him a picture of the two of them there. He's like, did you just add that? I'm like, no, they've been there for quite a while. I have a large list, but you know, shouts Cranky for always finding the underground hip hop stuff and sending it my way. Because one of these days he's going to hit me with a record. I'm going to go, the fuck is that? And it'll be on the show.
All right. So 14 tracks are going to start with an intro titled Intro.
Sorry. South Circle.
Track number 2, Ghetto Madness.
Ha ha, I pack the strap, nigga. I feel your cap, nigga. You better run, nigga, cause we don't love, nigga. I'm back up on my blizzard, making my greens. It's the dream, how these fiends want my rizza. And I can get high as Bob Marley. They drop my little homie to the concrete. Let's check his heartbeat. Damn, that nigga dead? Damn, man, don't let that nigga breathe. What?
Track number 3, It's Going Down.
You're yelling timber? No, that's not it. That's it.
That's the shit, baby. Oh, yeah. That's my secret weapon, baby.
And this has a big chronic.
I thought you knew, nigga. It's going down for the 9-5. Nigga, that's the shit I've been telling niggas about. It's going down. It's going down. Hey, check it out. Now it's reserved for niggas with big dicks, so flip as I kicks from coast to coast when the wind blows. I be serving these niggas like this is it. As I flips that raw shit under tent, I be getting blitzed.
He be getting blitzed.
Track number 4, apparently it's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. It is New Day.
It is not Magnum TA.
Here comes the bomb. It's a new day, so sway your ass and blast with that man packing AKs. The deeper the lyrics, the deeper my rhyme, the deeper the set. Oh yes, I'm blessed, the deeper my mind. And this is how it goes, no love for those, cause nowadays they turn from friends to foes. I hit the block, reminiscing on my younger days when I stayed on the east side. Niggas died, cause they didn't know how to get their blast on.
Track number 5, featuring 8-Ball and Tella, is called Unsolved Mysteries. Do we get Robert Stack in this too?
Children, please be quiet, children, and listen to what I have to say.
1, 2, nigga. 1, 2, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Mic check, nigga. Suave click in the motherfucking house. 8-Ball the fat man. Finna start this shit off for the 9 fizz eye. Know what I'm saying? Pump that shit up. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, Mr. B.I.G. Pull a rhyme out of my mind and shoot it like a Glock 917 times. Like Rakim, I ain't no joke. Here's the deal on the real, nigga. Watch out for that.
Like Rakim, I ain't no joke. And then he said 9 fizzive. So
he did.
we get a definite chronic influence on this. Track number 6, Pimp Thang.
Not thangin'.
That thang be banging.
Last night, while looking out my window, my page is going off. It's just another 7:59. Call right back and
It's a nice night.
Track number 7 is the title track. Another Day, Another Baller. No R's in any of these, by the way.
The life that every man dreams of. You think you a baller, nigga? Let's see. Tell them what a baller
Now
is.
should I drop my britches, hit switches, get riches? Which is it? It's all of the above, and I'm back paying visits. Can I bust a left and I bust a right? Must I get some rest? Cause I'm very high, the untouchable Mac player, underground rhyme sayer, putting a dip in your hip, slide to the Himalayas.
Slide to the Himalayas.
Track number 8, Attitudes.
Man, look at all these bust ass niggas up in here, man. Man, fuck these niggas. I'm trying to holler at one of these hoes. All right, nigga. Hey, that don't want to shit. Do that shit, my nigga. Yeah, what's up, fool? Yeah, make my nigga thorough.
Hey, see, that song is 6 minutes and 45 seconds long.
Yeah. And I think the whole thing is just like that.
Probably.
Track number 9, oddly enough, not the final track, but it is called Final Call. So not final track, but final call.
No, you there to take them out anytime you feel like it. You got to get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out in the blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit.
Yes, Mike. Are you ready? Yes, Mike. Are you strapped? Yes, Mike. Let's ball. Yes, Mike.
I don't know about you.
I just like the fact that he said partner.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I immediately want to watch Juice.
Track number 10 featuring Tella and MJG. No Escape.
I murder niggas with an itchy finger. It's Mr. Mike Wright coming up on your shit with the triple beamer. I put the M in Mafia. Bump, bump. See, that's the sound when that nigga steady popping ya. At will, I will kill, strapped like Jack the Ripper. But you can't see me like the Big Dipper. If you think you can handle this, put your strap up in your lap and ride to some gangster shit. Gangster shit, I be smelling in my...
Track number 11, Never Take Me Alive.
Again, no R's.
Never. Again, no R's.
Exercise the evil. Put his body in the trunk of my Regal. There'll be no sequel. Illegal acts occur in the midst of my spree as I flee up the block, watching innocent people drop. Should I stop? Humanity says yes, sanity says no. I'm so cold. Tears turn to icicles on my lashes.
I'm so cold.
Track number 12, Mental Murder. That has an R on it.
It does.
Mental murder live in color. It's the return of the lunatic. Sooner kick verses to leave you all in hearses. Curses come often. My vibe is so vulgar. A paragraph pit bull that locks on your juggler. I'm hot with the world, so my attitude is fucking. 2 clips in the bucket. Relentless when I bust it. Trust it, you'll get roll out if you try to show out. In disrespect, you'll catch one to the jaw. I'm so raw, fool. Pure, uncut like dope. I'll slap Mother Teresa, then pull a pump on the Pope. I go for broke when I quote slow smoke.
Mother Teresa and pull a pump on the Pope.
You know, this record isn't bad. It just sounds very much like everything else around that time. So I don't think it stood out.
It's very 1995, yes.
Very much. Track number 13 featuring 8 Ball is called Gotta Maintain.
with the sounds of that SC. Murderous men move with tactics, attachments made to stay paid as I raise from my mattress. No sleeping, it's real. I seen him fall, but he's back like Steven Seagal, cause he's hard to kill. Pushing that crack rock on block. What else? Don't pay that nigga. So he figured that's his only way to the top. And who am I to tell y'all to stop, nigga? Why?
I can sense a lot of different influences from a lot of different groups in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them really make them stand out on their own. Last track on this record, number 14, Every Day, All Day.
How many players wanna ride in the drop top? Niggas wanna flip flop. Watching this suave shit ride to the.
Boy, it took a long time to get there on that one.
Yeah,
That's
I was trying to
big
wait.
Intro on that. That is your one and done for episode 595. South Circle, Another Day, Another Baller. 2 singles released off of
Two
this.
singles.
Neither one of them did anything. But
I'm just going to guess based on plays because I don't remember this album. New Day.
Yep.
I guess Unsolved Mysteries is the next highest plays.
No, the other one was Attitudes. But the album has charting action.
What?
I was as dumbfounded as you.
I don't know. I'm pretty dumb.
U.S. Billboard 200. 63 it peaked at.
What?
Yeah. Which is just crazy to me. And U.S. top R&B hip hop albums for the year 95-96. Peak position at 8.
That's ridiculous.
And on the year end chart for the year end of 95 on the top R&B hip hop albums, this was the 83rd most popular album of the entire year of 95 on that chart. So more charting action than I would have ever anticipated for Another Day, Another Baller by South Circle.
Another body murdered.
Your one and done for episode 595. Let us get into our record of the week. And we talked about this record of the week last week.
We did.
And, it's verifying that I'm a human, which is nice.
That is good.
This was released March 22nd of 2025. So it's been out for about 3 months. This is KRS-One, Temple of Hip Hop Global Awareness. I have 14 tracks on this record.
As do I. It just came out a couple months ago.
And track number 1, not an intro.
No.
It's called The Overture.
Yeah. Welcome to the Temple of Hip Hop 2025 Global Awareness Tour. Yeah. All this is raw. All this is live. This is what I'm bringing to your city. You know what it is. KRS-One, rock with the real GB boys and girlies. I'm returning to Europe now. Get your tickets early. Drop on your city with beats, rhymes are gritty. Breakers, MCs, graffiti writers, they all with me. Yeah.
It does play as kind of an intro, though.
It does, and you get that bo that he's, very famous for. Track number 2, The Sound You Miss.
Your head. This the sound you miss. I'm coming with that flow and you know it from long ago when before the wheeling deal dealing and stealing, drugging and hoeing. I take it back, speak only facts. See what I'm growing? I speak the facts, so facts will come back. Reap what I'm sowing.
Reap what I'm sowing.
Chris sounds the same, man. I mean,
yeah.
The voice may be a little deeper as he's gotten older, but there's still pretty good edge to it.
Yeah.
Track number 3 is a 25-second track called Be Real Tribute, and then it goes into track number 4 called Let It Go.
And any one of us, we've been there and we've seen it. It is something fucking amazing. And it made a lot of us that want to do this say, if we're going to do it, it got to be like that.
Yeah,
no fucking, like that. No lyrics over vocals. Let me just talk to these people. And that shit, that's why they call you the teacher. Teacher.
That is why they call him the teacher. But that was it.
Oh, did you play Let It Go?
Yes. Did you not turn up the volume?
The volume has been up the whole time.
No, I played it. It was just that little.
Okay. So we're up to track 5.
No, sorry. My fault.
Okay.
I stopped it.
Okay. Track 4, Let It Go.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody on the tour.
I was sidetracked.
Thanks for the support. Knowledge reigns supreme again. We about to bang it out. Time for real MCs again. These mics, we gonna rang them out. I dropped down on Madrid, kid, then go check the rest of Spain out. France, you know I'm coming for you, cause Barcelona the same route. Get with me. When I get to Italy, I'm bringing the gang out. Animal, cannibal, unbattable shit. I'm bringing them fangs out.
Track number 5, 36 seconds long, Ed Lover tribute. So apparently he sprinkles in tributes from other artists to himself on here. Ed Lover tribute, 36 seconds long, goes into track number 6. Not
the Dougie Fresh song.
Because for once, he always had something to say. He had the clarity, he had the voice, he had the vocal command, he had the lyrics, he was battle tested, and there wasn't a subject that KRS-One couldn't speak on. He was fearless as an MC. He was willing to battle anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere, and he made dope-ass music. Chris is just all around dope, man. And when you look at KRS-One, to me, you're looking at hip-hop. You're looking at hip-hop in its flesh when you look at KRS-One.
Spit the raw. I drip and draw. I hit the floor. I cut and scratch. Boom. Tour. I spit the raw. I drip and draw. I hit the floor. Boom. Backborn tour. I spit the raw. I drip and draw. I hit the floor. Cut and scratch on tour. I spit the raw. I drip and draw. I hit the floor. This is special from the temple for your mental. Over the instrumentals, I'm raising up your potential. I write the holy text.
All right, I kind of felt that one.
Yeah, I will say, even if you may not always like what Chris is saying, how he says it, how he delivers it to you, and his feeling that he puts into it, he could be reading the dictionary. I don't care. Yeah, I'm listening to Chris.
Absolutely. Track number 7, How Long Dema Steal?
Stop! Come on! Be original on this one. How long them I steal our culture? And we sit back and say, go ahead and steal our culture. All we wanna do is get paid. Well, if this is your culture, that shit stops today. This is the hip-hop culture.
He got a right to be hostile. His people have been persecuted. Track number 8 is a 20-second tribute by Scarface, Mr. Scarface.
Indeed.
And that goes into track number 9. We Got That.
Subject matter, man. He taught, and his wordplay was genius. You see what I'm saying? His flow on Criminal Minded was immaculate. It was unmatched. And then I think that KRS-One got so good at this shit until he just started playing with it.
I truly appreciate this. Anybody listening to me ain't in the Matrix. I rap to the bass kick. You see how my face get? I'm about that boom bap. It's back to the basics. Everybody ain't with it. I get it. Understand. Some MCs, they sound dope over bands. Others leave the drums out completely. I understand. But KRS, I take it back to the first jam. Bang on them live at the club. We put some things on them. Boom bap tracks with raps. What we sang for them. Double 18s with the tweeter. We put the chains on them. Fly them to the ceiling so the sound. It can rain on them.
Take the 18 strap chains on them, hoist them to the ceiling so the sound rains on them.
Chris can still do it, man. Lyrically, there's very few who can touch him. Let's go to track number 10, Here Today.
You know what you're dealing with. Skills. Yeah. I came here today with the boom bap just to say that the drums are strong and my rhymes are long and we still spit to this day. Cause if I could speak the facts, we keep the culture intact. We named it hip hop and everywhere we play and say we do inspire people. So I came here to say that the real is here to stay. And the proof of this is that.
What do you think of this so far? I'm feeling this.
Yeah, I like it. It's classic Chris. You know, he's not. I think on the last album, what was the last one? I'm an MC. Are you one too? He tried blending things, you know, old and new, and I wasn't as much a fan of that one. This one it's classic KRS. I mean, it's what I want to hear from Chris.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's really, really good. Where'd we leave off? We left off on track number 11. Whoa, as in WOE, not WHOA.
Yes,
Whoa.
not Joey Lawrence.
Turn my mic up. Let's go. Yo, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, countdown. We run in this sound. Yes, we do get down. Slapping off that bitch crown. Spit rounds, hit towns. Never had to strip down. Listen to how this shit sound. In the jungle, we don't fumble. Under pressure, we don't crumble. Always fresher. Stack a bundle on the dresser. Tagging my name, KRS. Body slamming like a wrestler. Party jamming. You remember? Hip hop culture's true defender from January to December. Temple of Hip Hop recruiting members.
Yeah, I like that one too. Track number 12, Street Rap.
This ain't rapping. This is street hop.
Don't act like you don't know. You heard of Boogie Down Production? We take it back, no frontin'. Entrepreneur, we hustling. No assumptions, I'm Chris with the cross, I gets it jumping. At the championship game on these donuts, I'm dunking. I got something to say today, but it's not nice. I'm a dirty DJ, I cut and scratch like I got lice. Listen, this rap is focused on the rock ice.
I'm Chris, you cross, and I'm jumping.
Yes.
That's good. Track number 13 is a 38-second tribute from the Professor Bun B, and it goes into the last track on the album. Number 14 is 50 More Years of Hip Hop.
Control. The song and the effort. Also was a person that clarified for me that a street dude and an intelligent dude are not mutually exclusive terms. I think that's probably the most impactful thing that KRS-One taught me, that to be a dude that represents the hood and the street and the people from that environment, and to be a smart, educated, and well-spoken man are not mutually exclusive terms. You can actually exist in both of those spaces and be true to both and yourself.
Yeah. Another session. Learn the lesson.
50 more years of hip hop.
more action, floor cracking, more passion. Feed my people at raw rapping, house to house like I'm door dashing. Assassin, you asking, who is this? And I'm still laughing. Forward thinking, never backtracking. Boom bapping, never rap lacking. Got my people all up in the place.
I think you should rock that one when you're working.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. That is your record of the week for episode 595, Temple of Hip Hop Global Awareness by KRS-One. Don't have any charting action on this, of course, because
Chris has never been one for the charts.
For charts anyway, no, but
he's busy bringing them things out.
Great record, though. Really good listen. So I would definitely recommend putting that in your library and giving that a full listen to the whole thing.
Throwback Thursday
KRS-One,
approved.
who, by the way, is your artist of the month.
He is.
So we got to make sure we mention that. KRS-One, artist of the month, brings you Temple of Hip Hop Global Awareness as your record of the week. The one and done was South Circle with Another Day, Another Baller. Got to say it that way because there's no R's present.
Indeed. And there wasn't any R's in that N word that he kept saying either. But
no. Before we take our final break, we do have an old to the new, and we promised you this from the get-go.
We did.
And we talked about it in the news. The old to the new for episode 595 comes to you from the Rock and Roll Hall of Famers.
Indeed.
Public Enemy. This is called March Madness.
You're still hearing shots?
On a newly released 911 call, you heard a teacher asking for help as she also tries to keep her students calm.
Right, left, left, right, left, left, yeah, right, yeah. Now I'm America's nightmare, a debonair black millionaire. Boy, sick of these crooked politicians who ain't playing fair. Yeah. Shut up, too much talk, we know you don't care. Kids made to walk, hands in the air. Yeah, boy, we still gon' bring those. These will deploy. Better run, better run, better run, run, run. And 911 is still a joke. Yeah. So no, motherfucker, you ain't getting my vote. Say we don't want this smoke. Play the flavors to go. Yeah. I don't need to throw hands. I got bands and bands. March Madness. Tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. Yeah. March Madness. Tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. March Madness. Tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. Yeah. March Madness. Tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. Right, left, left, right, left, left, yeah, right, yeah, left. Boy.
Trigger happy high, wanna ask a question. Yeah. Does a gun need to be in the school of teacher nuns? Kids supposed to have fun. None of this run for cover for your life, son. Grade 1 to 12, even kindergarten needs security. From this sick trend started, left, right, marching to the courtyard. Lines of school personnel escaping from this hell. Yeah. Over and over again, dream turned nightmare. Parents dropping off their children in fear. Lawmakers acting scared of the NRA, refusing to change year after year. Let them fall down the stairs to get out of the building, full of blood-stained tears.
March Madness, tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. March Madness, tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness. March Madness, tell them who's the baddest. Step into the blackness.
March Madness, step into the blackness.
Right, left, left, yeah, right, yeah, left, right, left, left, right, left.
Your old to the new for episode 595, March Madness by Hall of Famers, Public Enemy.
Indeed.
It's a very Public Enemy sounding song, too.
It is. My only issue with the song at all is the cadence is off.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
As someone who has...
right, left, left, right, left thing.
Yeah, because there's the pause between the right, left, So by the time that pause,
that's more like a dance move.
Yeah, because that pause is your left.
Yeah, it should be.
So he's just throwing the entire formation off. But I'll allow it. The S1s have figured it out, Flav, so I'm sure that they know how it works.
Yeah. Otherwise, good song. And
yes.
We were very happy to be able to bring it to you. That was March Madness by Public Enemy, Your Old to the New. Artist of the Month is KRS-One. He brought you Temple of Hip Hop Global Awareness as your record of the week. And your one and done with South Circle with Another Day, Another Baller. We are going to take our final break of the day. And when we come back, it's time for Bill Reed's Lyrics on episode 595 of Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Hey, this is Roxanne Shante. And if you want some place that you can throw back and chill, especially on Thursday with Jamie and Bill, well, I'm about to tell you, and I got to say, it's Mr. Throwback Thursday. They say it's Roxanne Shante, and have a nice day. Please believe it, baby. Tune into the podcast. You're going to love it. Let's do it.
But it starts with Bill.
I'm Bill S. Preston.
It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reed's Lyrics.
Hello. This is Bill Reed's Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor-heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Yes. Thanks.
And that brings us back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 595. Indeed, for Bill Reed's Lyrics, I am in the private chat awaiting your contribution.
Yes, so. It is a something. All right, so I'll go to the private shizat because that's a thing that I remember how to do right here. And I'll go over here. And I'll hit this button here. And I'll go there.
Oh, and there it is. Look at that. Oh, my good Lord. Oh, my good Lord.
So I considered just putting lyrics up on the screen so everybody could see them as they happened. But no.
No. All right. Where am I going?
Your verse 1, as it were.
That's Devin.
That is Devin. And
is this like Devin the dude or something?
It's like him, yeah.
Is that who this is?
Yes.
Okay.
So, with no type of ado, and make sure I'm sharing volume. That's gonna be a problem. All right. There may not be any piano for. No, everybody's just going to hear you echo over the piano. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We have to have the piano. I can't just put it in post.
Yeah.
I can, but that's going to make a mess.
Yep.
All right. So with no type of ado, Sesame Street, Grover Stiley, whether nearer.
I'm so scared.
Or further. We will cue the motherfucking piano.
What up, baby? I'm just sitting here eating this tuna fish sandwich. Something just told me to write you a letter telling you how good that pussy is. And yo, I appreciate it. Check it out. Roses are red. Dookie is green. Your pussy's like dope, girl. I geek and I fiend. I wake up in the morning with my dick brick hard, awakened by the sound of the way yo pussy farts. I get up, I start taking shit to the pawn shop so I can rent a room and we can fuck like nonstop. When I start, it's hard to finish. One nut just ain't enough. I got to stick my dick back in it. Run up in that pussy like a fullback. Those pussy lips of yours, they grip my dick head and pull back. It's like dope, because when I'm through stroking, my eyes are wide open. My friends think I'm smoking. I try to call you at your house. If you ain't home, then I'll beep. I get no sleep because I geek, and if I lose your beeper number, I get nervous, girl. I just can't cope. Bitch, yo pussy's like dope.
Well done, well done.
You know whereabouts I almost broke, right?
With the Dookie Green?
No.
Oh, yes, I know. It's not a VBF, but it is very near.
Oh God, because there's a word that begins with a Q that my wife absolutely hates worse than any word in the world, and yeah. Adam Sandler's got a song on his most recent song called "Pussy Fart," and it's just gross. Anyway,
yes. So that was what that was. And since you have been so kind as to change your hat from Bill to Phil.
That has been changed.
All right. Then would you please... Oh, hold on. I even played this one.
Eating molasses out my asses. Haven't played that one in a while.
I know. So, if you would be so kind to take us to fuck home.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 595, brought to you in part by our good friends at Magic Mind. Get your Magic Mind at magicmind.com/throwback JUN. Throwback Jun, which is short for June.
Yes.
You get 20% off your one-time purchases and up to 48% off for subscriptions with our code Throwback JUN. So go to magicmind.com/throwback JUN for your mental performance shot, which you should take on a daily basis to improve your mental acuity. Magic Mind. Get yours today. Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Def Rugs. Handmade, high-quality hip-hop themed rugs brought to you by the original Ruggy Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the Green-Eyed Bandit, Eric Sermon. Order yourself a Def Rug, and you can be like Jamie, who has like 5 of them now.
1, 2, 4.
Our good friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, and that makes her. And she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and delicious. Go check them out on Facebook. Order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code Throwback and save 10% off your orders at bittersweetcandy.com. Melted Mics, MLTDMICS. The abbreviation is the website, Melted Mics. Hip-hop themed t-shirts and other items such as hats and coffee mugs from the mind of Pumice T. Mendola. He brings you all these hip-hop themed things until he gets cease and desist letters, he says. Get yourself a Melted Mics item today. Use our code MR Throwback Thursday and save 10% off your order at Melted Mics.
Yeah, you need to get them as soon as you see them in case they're not around anymore.
That's right. Don't forget the social media network for the show. Visit us at mrthrowbackthursday.com. MrThrowbackThursday.com is the homepage for everything about the show. You can go there. You can check out everything that the page has to offer. You can leave us a voice message. Click on that little microphone that says hit us up, and that will allow you to leave us a message, which we will play live on air.
Without listening to anything.
You can also follow us on the artist formerly known as Twitter, currently known as X. Jamie at _MR_TBT. Bill at Bill_MR_TBT. Also my Instagram handle, Jamie on Instagram, Mr. Throwback Thursday, which is also the handle for our TikTok channel where we post little shorts of the show every week. We also post those shorts and the full episode on our YouTube page.
Yes.
Go to YouTube and search for MRTBT. That is the Mr. Throwback Thursday page. And click that little subscribe button and the bell, which will notify you whenever we are live. And we appreciate every single one of you.
There is a post on I think it's on a Facebook page telling you if you go to a specific YouTube short and like and comment on it, you get entered to win something out of the prize box. I pulled the prize box out the other day and said, man, I need to get rid of some of this stuff.
So get yourself some prize box by doing what we tell you.
Yes. Have yourself a sprinkle today.
Shower to shower each day. You can go to the Facebook page, Mr. Throwback Thursday, and home of the TBT Posse. You can interact with each other and with us that way. You can check us out on itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phones.
Yes, for your
where
phones.
You can get the world premiere episode of each episode, I should say, on 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights before Throwback Thursday.
Indeed.
But you can also check
before that is the patrons.
That's right. You can also check us out. We'll go through that in just a bit, but Mr. Throwback Thursday available exclusively on Fresh Radio on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Thank you, DJB, for that. You can also send us emails to mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com if you have anything you want to share with us. It's shout-outs time.
Yes.
Shout-outs are going to go to Gail Dunmeyer, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Mateys Captain Ricky Schnarr, who was here earlier, Mr. Cranky Pants Brian Hollenbeck, who was here earlier, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, who's always in our hearts.
Indeed.
Rob Jeffroy, Win with Ken Elsfelder, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, Wanda Calamia and Gunther, and Lion Linwoodell. They all get mentioned every week because...
or more.
And if you want to become get mentioned every week, become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or MrThrowbackThursday.com. Click that little link that says become a patron, or just start your own show.
Indeed. You can say your name over and over.
Like our other friends who had their own shows. Indeed. 1980s Now, Will, Cat, and John, Anthony, Imran, and Rug Boy over at Jock and Nerd Podcast, The Birthday Girl, Ty at What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Ty NYC, DJB on It's Fresh Radio and the Fresh Radio app for your phone. Again, world premiere of the show every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also get the show on Wild One Radio at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays and throughout. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all of that good stuff. Thank you all very much for joining us. Find us, share the good word, take good care of yourselves, wash your hands,
wash your butt.
And until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith said, on the balcony, way above these streets, I rub backs in satin sheets.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.